Welcome back people. In this video, we will look into CSS display properties. The display property has four different values. They are block, inline, inline block, and none. Let's look at each of them in detail. Let's consider a h1 tag and an image tag. Let's create both here. So now we have a heading tag and an image tag. Let's give it both a background color of yellow. Let's save this first. Go to styles.css. Let's save this. Let's refresh our website. Now, if you notice, the h1 tag take up the whole width of the screen and the entire line has background color of yellow. As you can see here, it takes up the whole width and the entire line is colored in yellow. But if you look at the image tag, it takes up only the space as large as the image which is being displayed. So this is the image and it only takes up as large as the image and not the entire line. We already know that our browser applies certain properties to HTML elements. Let's inspect this. So the H1 element has a display property of block. Block elements are those that take up the whole width of the screen or a web page, which means it blocks out any other element from sitting next to it on either sides. Some of the commonly used block elements are paragraph tag, header tag from H1 to H6, division that is div, list and list items, OL tag, UL tag, and LI tag, form tag. To understand this better, let's create two block elements. Let's go to index.html, clear these two lines. Let's create two paragraph tags, one with the words hello and another one with world. Let's save this. Go to styles.css, remove this property of background color here and the image tag here. Let's save this. Go to our website, refresh. So here you can see that the paragraph tag take up the whole width of the page. Let me introduce a new tag here called span. So now we have two paragraph tag and two span tags. Let's save this. Go to styles.css. Give it a background color of blue. Save this. Refresh. Unlike heading or paragraph, span is a inline display element, which means it takes up only the space required for the content in height and in width. Some of the common inline elements are span, image, anchor tag, etc. So we already have two span elements and it has a background color of blue. You can see that hello and world are sitting next to each other here in the span tag. This is what I was talking about. The inline display takes up only as much space as it requires to house the content. But one of the disadvantages of inline element is that you cannot change the width. But with block elements, you can change its width, but block element still doesn't let any other element sit on the same line. So let's say we change the width of the paragraph tag to 200 pixels. Save this and refresh. Now the paragraph tag takes up the width of 200 pixels, but still the word is not over here. It's still in a new line. This means Even if you change the width of a block element, it still doesn't let any other element sit on the same line. You can always change the display property of any given element from inline to block or from block to inline. So you can change paragraph tag to inline element and span tag to block element or vice versa. But what if we want some element that can show the property of both inline and block? That is, it should be able to occupy the same line and also we must be able to change its width. This is where inline block type comes in. This gives the best of both. We will specify the display property as inline block for paragraph and span and see what happens. Let's save this and refresh. Now you can see you can change the width. That is because we have hello's width as 200 pixel and world's width as 200 pixel. Also, they are all seated on the same line next to each other, which means the inline block type gives the best of both inline and block. There is another display property called none. None gets rid of our element, which means the element with none display property is completely disappeared out of the flow of the document. Let's see how to do that. Let's go to index.html, give the second paragraph tag class, name it sec, and go here .sec. Now, if you want to hide an element and make it disappear out of the flow of the document, then use display property none. There is another property called visibility. If you set the visibility of a property to hidden, then it makes the element disappear, but the original position is still intact. Let's see how that happens. Remember this, we don't have a space for the paragraph tag with the word world. Now, what if we change the visibility to hidden for this class, sec class, then save this, go here and refresh. It makes the element disappear, but the original position is still intact. In other words, element flow around it as if it is still there. It is as if it is only invisible, not disappeared. The original position of the paragraph tag with the word world is still intact, but it is hidden. This is the use of visibility property with the value of hidden. So that is it for this video. See you all back soon. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share and subscribe to Supporting Tech.